Yama, I'm Jack, and this is Newsbreak. Today is International Guide Dog Day, which is all about recognising and celebrating the role guide dogs play in supporting people right around the world. Here's Kale to tell us a bit more about it.
I'm down here at Government House in Adelaide for International Guide Dogs Day. This year, Guide Dogs SA&T are launching a new campaign called Talk to the Handler, because their research shows that Aussies only rank their knowledge of guide dog handlers a 5 out of 10. So guess what I'm going to do? Talk to the handler, obviously.
Rocket has helped me so much, not even with the kind of confidence and empowerment that he's brought me, but also just comfort. He is a complete cuddle bug.
This is Alana and her guide dog, Rocket. There are more than 20,000 guide dogs like Rocket working around the world, including thousands here in Australia. All of these pups go through at least a year of training, and Alana says it's important to remember that they're working dogs.
A lot of people actually try and pet him, which I have to politely try and refrain from. I have had people think that he's like Google Maps, and I can just say, take me to uni. I think there needs to be a lot more awareness and education for the general public on what you can do with a guide dog when they're in their harness or off their harness. And I think a day like International Guide Dog Day really brings that awareness and education to light.
US President Joe Biden has announced he'll be running for re-election in 2024 with Vice President Kamala Harris as his running mate. In a video to launch his campaign, he asked voters to give him more time to finish the job he started.
This is not a time to be complacent. That's why I'm running for re-election. Let's finish this job. I know we can.
But some people were surprised by the announcement, since he's 80 years old and already the oldest president in US history. It sets the stage for a potential rematch with Donald Trump, who announced he'd also be running last year. Now to Queensland, where students from across the state have taken part in a pretty special remote control car race. Here's Liba.
These students in Queensland have a need for speed. Welcome to the first ever H2 Grand Prix.
Go Sharks!
Just like any other car race, it features a racetrack, the odd dramatic collision, and some pretty cool cars. Although they're about 10 times smaller than your average race car. But there's also another really big difference.
We're racing in a 4-hour endurance race using hydrogen cells and that to power the vehicle.
That's right. These little speed machines are completely powered by hydrogen fuel cells, a cleaner fuel compared to some alternatives like petrol.
And the idea is to take a pit stop every 25 minutes so we can change our hydrogen cells, which keeps the battery charged.
Teams have been building and testing their cars for the past 6 months. And organisers say it's all about getting young people interested in renewable energy as a future career. And, well, it seems to be working.
Now I'm interested in physics and that, which I wasn't before.
I'd love to be an engineer in chemical engineering or in electrical engineering. That'd be really good.
That's one small step for Jack, and one giant leap for these next stories. First up to the moon, where a Japanese company is attempting to be the first private business to land on the moon. But just moments before touchdown, they lost contact with the uncrewed spacecraft, leaving everyone in the control room stunned.
We see all different kinds of expressions here. All we can do is cheer them up.
Nobody knows what happened to the spacecraft just yet, but it's not looking like good news. The creators of Barbie have introduced their very first doll with Down syndrome. They say they've been working on making versions of Barbie that are more inclusive, and have been working with people in the Down syndrome community to make this doll a reality.
Nice, yeah. What do you like about it? The hair and the clothes.
And finally to the London Marathon, where the last person to cross the finish line was met with cheers and applause. Tom here may have been last, but to many he became a huge inspiration, because in December he was in a bad car crash and has slowly been recovering since. So you can imagine this medal means a lot more than just finishing a marathon. Well, that's all the news we've got, but we'll be back tomorrow with more. Bye! Oh.